All right, now I'm going to start. Again, I'm just going to repeat this bond length determination. This is 9.10 from the book. All right. Bond energies or bond length, right? Bond energies calculation. This is 9.10 from the book chapter, right? Last chapter. Bond energies. Imagine this reaction proceeding by breaking bond in the reactant and using the gaseous atom to form all the bonds in the product. Actually, we have a reaction, right? Sometimes the bonds are broken and the product's bonds are formed. Suppose water. Water is a
Doctor,
compound.
we can't see the.
Wait. Is it okay?
Yes.
So I'm just talking about the bond energies. We have to determine the bond energies for a chemical reaction, right? So in a chemical reaction, we have to look how the bonds are broken and how bonds are formed. Just only two things we have to determine. For bond broken, we require some energy. So bond broken, suppose I will write here, suppose you have H2O, right? You have a water molecule. And now you will get 2H. Today is very bad.
Doctor.
Yes. Yes.
Last class we stopped at slide 38.
38.
Yes.
38. What is 38?
It is 9.13. Chapter 9.13.
9.13.
13.
There is no chapter 9.13. 9.10 is the last. Example
It is
9.
from last
Example 9.13, not the section.
Okay.
That is I am taking. This is example 9.13. That is hydrogen, chlorine, and water.
Okay.
Please note down this properly. Otherwise, you and me both are confused. This is 9.11, 9.12. All right. This is 9.12. Then after that, I have started. This is the section 9.10. This is the section 9.10. Okay, this is the an example. This is the example. H2Cl2 and H2O2. Yeah, 9.13. This is an example 9.13. example 9.13. This is example 9.14. Is it clear now? Hello?
Yes, yes.
These examples are from the book, not the section. Section, this is a part of the chapter is 9.10. That is the last. But in 9.10, you have these examples, 9.13 and 9.14. These are the examples. So I will take this example now. What is actually 9.10? Bond energy. Bond energy, there is a formation of the bond and breaking of the bond. There are two. So here, H2, how many bonds it has, Cl2, how many bonds it has, and 2HCl, how many bonds are formed. How many bonds are formed in H2O. So now I will just simple write here. And the formula you have to write first. The formula of this is here. The standard change in enthalpy is equal to what? The total energy input, that is reactant, break down the reactants, and minus total energy released when the bonds are formed. Okay, now just one thing I will write here. Delta H, standard delta H means enthalpy you will get the bonds broken minus bond formed, like this. So we can write in different way, that we can write here the bond summation of bond energy required to break the reactant minus summation of energy released, bond energy released for the product. As I told you, always, reactant energy required to break down. And whenever the new bonds are formed, energy is released. That's why bonds, the product always less energy, because energy is lost. That's why more stable, right? So this formula, remember, right? So this value will be given in the question. Just you have to put up the values and calculate bond energy. Bond energy, for the product, this is look at here in the diagram, and bond energy for the reactant. For the reactant, this is suppose the reactant start from here. It requires some bond energy just required to break down the reactant, and the atoms are formed. Then these atoms again combine, the product are formed. So this product has less energy. Look at here. This is less energy this product has. But in this one is endothermic reaction. But in the exothermic reaction, the reactant has less energy and product of the molecule. This is the product you will get very less energy product. Look at here. That's why this is more stable. This is less stable. All right. So this is you remember that endothermic, exothermic. Endothermic, they require energy, break down the reactant into atoms, then atom change to the product. But that product you will get as compared to this product in the exothermic is very high. Okay, so in this way, in the endothermic, this is more stable. The reactant is stable, more stable, and the product are less stable. But here reactant are less stable and the product are more stable. This one, product are more stable because less energy, and this is only possible in exothermic reaction. So endothermic and exothermic, these two reactions is going on in this reaction. So just remember that this is the summation of the bond energy required to break down the reactant minus bond energy release when the product are formed. So in this way, you just write down this and then you go to the example now. Suppose we have this example, number 1, 9.13. This is the product. This is the reactant here. I am just writing R, and this is the product here. So the formula we will use what? Delta H equal to the summation of bond energy of the reactant minus summation of bond energy of the product. Is it clear? No? All right. Now suppose how
again, teacher, again.
when I ask you, is it clear? Then you say again and again, right? But you never stop me. Sir, please explain again. What formula I told you in the previous slide? What is the formula to determine the total enthalpy of the reaction? What is the formula I told you? Tell me now. In the previous slide.
Total energy input minus total energy release.
Yeah. So whatever the energy you require, that is to break down the reactant. So that is the energy of the reactant minus energy of the product. This is the formula. Now look at here the example. Hydrogen and chlorine, they react. This is the reactant, and 2HCl is formed. This is the product. So how many bonds are broken? First of all, I tell you now, bonds broken. How many bonds are broken in reactant? Reactant is H2. Reactant means H2. H2 we can write here H single bond H. This is H2. And Cl2 we write here Cl single bond Cl. So now this bond is broken here from this bond is broken, this bond is broken. And now bond formed. Bond formed. This is 2HCl. So we can write 2HCl like this, 2H and Cl. It means there are 2 HCl bonds are formed, HCl, HCl. We can write like this. It means there are 2 HCl bonds are formed and one H broken and one Cl is broken. So these are the broken and these are the formed. You can write here in the formula delta H naught equal to the summation, whatever the summation of the bond broken. So you can write here HCHH plus ClCl minus, this is bond broken and now bond formed. So directly we can write here 2HCl.
Sir?
Then we will take the values from the equation. The values are giving here. Values are the bond formation. I told you here. Now look at this one. This is the solution of 9.13. Are you with me now? Hello?
Yes, doctor. Yes.
Yes.
This is the solution here. I have written the first H single bond, Cl single bond, and second, how the bonds are formed. This is the 2 HCl bond, right? So these are the two here. Here is 1. So HCl, there are 2 HCl are formed. The values are given in the book, in the question here. This is the energy, this is the kilojoules per mole, bond enthalpy or bond energy. This bond energy is required to break this one bond of HH. And this energy is required to break one bond of ClCl. When this broken and new formed are, how the new bonds are formed? This is H and Cl. How these bonds are formed? From HH and ClCl. Now this is formed here. This is a new bond are formed. Then you will get HCl. One H react with another Cl. Then you will get HCl and then HCl. HCl. No, two bonds are formed. We write here number of bonds 2. And this one bond, HCl bond is given in the question. That is 431.9. So you multiply by 2, you will get 863.8. And now the final. This is for reactant. Now this is for product. So put into the formula. What is the formula? Delta H not equal to the summation of bond energy of the reactant minus summation of bond energy of the product. That is written here. Summation this plus this. There are two. This is summation. Sum. You have to add both. Summation. This plus this. This is total. You will write this. And this is your release. How much is released? That is for product. You will write here the reactant minus product. You will get negative 184.7. So this is the calculation of the bond energy in for a chemical reaction, how the bonds are broken and how the bonds are formed. This is, you can write here the bond energy of reactant minus bond energy of the product. Bond energy of the broken bond minus bond energy of the forming bond. Bond energy of the absorbed, right? Bond energy absorbed in bond broken, and bond energy released and bond formation. Remember that whenever the bond formed, the energy released. Whenever the bond broken, that energy required to break the bond. Any question now?
It's clear.
So basically, we calculate the enthalpy by
Standard enthalpy of the reaction, right?
yes.
Yeah. So in that one, we should know the bond energy, bond enthalpy. Bond energy is nothing but bond enthalpy, right? So bond enthalpy of the reactant minus bond enthalpy of the product, or the same in bond energy, you will get standard bond enthalpy of a reaction. This one, this is don't confuse with this one is chapter 6. Chapter 6, how we calculate the standard enthalpy of a reaction, but this is in a different way. The standard enthalpy of the compound and the pure gas are giving in the table, that is 0, 0. If you remember that 0, 0. So that is the product minus reactant. This is opposite. So don't confuse with this one, right? This is the chapter 6. So you should just remember this one is bond enthalpy or bond energy of the reactant minus bond energy of the product. All right, this is always you have to use it. But if this question will be like this, you remember this is opposite. This is a standard enthalpy of formation. Here, if the standard enthalpy of formation of the product minus standard enthalpy of formation of the reactant opposite. Remember that. Just like you write down this notebook in chapter 6, there is a different calculation. This is the enthalpy of formation. Enthalpy of formation. But here is bond enthalpy of bond energy. Okay, reactant minus product. All right. Now this second question, H2O2, right? H2O2 and 2H2O. This is yeah, H2O2 and 2H2O. So who will tell me that how many hydrogen bonds are broken, how many oxygen, and how many bonds are formed? Just tell me now, please, one by one. Okay, tell me now, broken here, and here is how many bonds are formed. Broken means reactant. Formed means product. Tell me now, one by one.
2 hydrogen bonds broken.
All right,
And
2 hydrogen bonds are broken. Very good. I will write here. Now, any other thing?
1 oxygen bond broken.
Okay, oxygen bond. What bond is it has? Oxygen. What I told you in the class. Hydrogen have only one bond. Oxygen how many? And nitrogen how many?
Oxygen,
Right. Remember, please. Oxygen always have double bond, right? This is one. And nitrogen has triple bond. Remember that I am writing here like this. Okay, but this is not in this example. Okay. All right. What about the product? Other student, please tell me how many bonds are formed in the product.
We have around 4 bonds formed.
Right. So
H2O.
first of all, I will write the formula of water like this. Right. This is This is water. Okay. And now it has 2. So we can we write HO single bond? This is already 2 here, right? 1 here, 1 here. So 2. 2 multiplied by 2. This is 2 here. Then multiply by 2. It means there is a 4 HO bond. You remember this, please. This is a very technical. Maybe you will do some mistake there. So don't worry. Now could you explain why it is 4, please?
Hydrogen can form only 1 bond, while the oxygen can form around 2. So we have 4 4 bonds formed from hydrogen to 2 oxygen.
No, you cannot say this is you consider as single bond, my friend. It's not 2 oxygen or 1 hydrogen. No, this is only single bond here. Of course, oxygen can make double bond, 1 here and 1 here. But total are 2 bonds, right? 1 here and 1 here. So 2HO, right? 2HO we can write here, just like we have written here. 2HO bond. But this is total inside 2HO and outside multiplied by 2. That's why it is 4HO bond. Is it clear? How we have the 4? What's the difference between this 2H2O and 4HO bond? Is there any difference?
No, teacher. Same.
No, it's different.
Yeah. So please be careful, and first of all you should calculate to identify how many bonds it contains, then multiply by coefficient. All right, so now I will write here H plus oxygen, you will get 4HO, right? So you know that HH value how much we have. Look at here, we already example here. HH, how many bond? 2. So now we have written 2 here, right? And oxygen, 1, right? So we have just 1 bond. And now this is the value of HH. This is the value of energy, bond energy of oxygen, right? And as I told you, the bond energy of the triple bond are higher than bond energy of the double bond, than bond energy of the single bond. That's why I see 498 energy required to break this double bond, right? It is higher. Now this multiply by this, you will get this. This is multiplied by this, you will get this. Oh, not here, sorry. Wait. After multiplication, then you will get this. After multiplication, then you will get this. All right. Now this is your reactant. This is your product. How many OH bond or HO bond? 4. This is 4 multiplied by this, you will get 1840. And now use the same formula. Summation. Summation means sum of these two. Summation of energy, bond energy of reactant minus summation of bond energy of the product. But here is no summation because this is only 1. You can write here. This is summation. After summation you get this. This is for single 4OH, and now you will get minus 469 bond energy. Any step which is not clear, please tell me now. This is very, very important.
Doctor,
I want to listen the voice from the other student backside who never speak.
Doctor,
Yeah.
the number of bonds depends on the coefficient, right? Not on the type of bond. Like here, it's double bond, but we only.
Yeah, because there is a coefficient. You should know the from the reaction you have to follow how many coefficient balancing, right? So there are
It depends on the coefficient.
2H2 plus 1 oxygen molecule. You will get how many you have? 4 H2O, 2H2O, sorry. 4 we calculate only single. So you have to look the how many coefficient we have. This, and this. But this is compound, right? The compound you can write like this 4HO. How many oxygen and hydrogen bond? Calculate it. That you will put it here. This is single OH. Then how many bonds? 4 bonds. You multiply by 4, you will get this value.
Okay. Clear. Thank you.
So this is all about chapter 9. It is finished now. This is same as I told you. This also same. See, you will get the same value from here also, but this is different way. This is chapter 6. Here this is only the heat, the enthalpy of formation of water, enthalpy formation of hydrogen and oxygen that are 0. And this is the product minus reactant. Remember that. This should be opposite. Remember that. So when you study chapter 6, yes, you follow this one. Otherwise, because these values are different, these values are giving in different. Okay, and now bond enthalpy is different. That is the enthalpy of formation is different. This is the energy of broken, energy of formation. Both are giving here. All right, now I will start. Any question, chapter 9? And in this week I can put up to Tuesday I can put the home assignment, right? Any day. And you have to submit next week home assignment Monday or Tuesday back. Now chapter 10 I will start.